Hello and welcome back to Brentford Fan TV. I'm Ben.
And I'm Freddie, and today we are going to give you our post-match thoughts on Brentford vs Southampton. Now, it's a great game. We won 3-1 in the end. A bit annoying that we conceded in the 96th minute. I'm sure
it was.
the keeper and the defence are probably a bit annoyed about that.
Yeah, I saw Flecken was quite angry.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot to talk about from the goals, the convincing win, Southampton not really being at the level they should be, Ramsdale stuff, and so let's get into it.
So in the second half, there wasn't much that happened other than the 43rd minute goal from Mbeumo, which I think was a good finish from him. Quite unlucky for Schade because he hit the post.
Yeah,
and was very close to getting it in, but it bounced off, and then Mbeumo just scored from right place, right time.
Yeah, I think it was really good dribbling from Schade, which we don't often see, but yeah, I feel a bit bad for him. Like, he deserved the goal, and I think everyone wants someone like Schade to do well because he doesn't have the highest output in the Premier League for goals and assists. But yeah, he did well, and Mbeumo did well to get the goal. And then not long after that, actually, just before half time, I think it was Adam Armstrong. He missed from about 2 yards out, unmarked. He just missed the ball, and that really should have been 1-1 going into half time. So I think we were pretty lucky going in at half time, being 1-0 up. Because I don't think we were that convincing in the first half. We had good chances, but I think Southampton did as well, and they had their moments. We didn't fully dominate.
In the second half, we came out firing, having loads of chances, high press, and that led to Mbeumo's second goal.
Yeah, it was a really good high press. I think it also, for our first goal, we high pressed them and won the ball off them, then capitalised on it. So what was interesting was after the game, Thomas Frank said, Southampton, a newly promoted side, trying to play out from the back against a team like us, who are one of the best high pressers in the league. I never thought of us as one of the best high pressers in the league, but I thought it was almost as if Thomas Frank was saying, you're a newly promoted side, and we're a good team who have been in the Premier League solidly for 4 years now.
Yeah.
And it's always as if he was saying, they need to respect us on our home ground. And like, you can't play like that against us. That's how I saw it anyway. So.
And then we showed them why we're in the Premier League for a long time, and they've been relegated up and down. So.
Yeah. Well, we got our first 2 goals off 5 presses. And yeah, I think it was one back to the second goal by Damsgaard, pass to Jensen, and then it was an easy finish from Mbeumo. Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, that continues in Mbeumo's great start to the season. He's got 3 goals in 3 games now.
Yeah, which is really good.
And he's also been nominated for Player of the Month, which is pretty good. But, I mean, he's not going to win it when Haaland got 7 goals.
Yeah, he got 2 hat-tricks back-to-back. So.
Great start to the game. And then we made it 3-0 not long later from a long throw-in. It was Jensen threw it in, Collins flicked it on, and whistles at the back post. And, yeah, it was a bit of a scrappy goal. Yeah. But we got over the line. Yeah,
it was good to see the long throw having such an impact again, like it has done in previous seasons.
It feels like we haven't scored a long throw in a while. Yeah. I don't know if that's just me. So maybe we got it because we were against a not so good organised team, but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, seeing a long throw. Yeah. Bit of Route 1, or like grassroots football almost.
Yeah, it was a good flick on from Collins, and that set up really well for Wisser to just tap it in.
Yeah. And then finally in the game, in the 96th minute, Seguara made it 3-1. And so it was a bit unfortunate we lost our clean sheet at the end. I lost my prediction because I predicted 3-0 and then it ended 3-1 in the last minute. But, I mean, yeah, it was actually an outrageous goal.
Yeah, it was quite a good outside the boot shot that hit the inside of the post and went in. So I don't think Flecken was really saving that.
Yeah. On Flecken, I think he's had a great season so far. He had another really good game, really unlucky to not get a clean sheet. And I think every game he's been making important saves, which is so different to last season.
Yeah, it is. It was like a great start to the season.
Yeah, but, I mean, from Flecken to the other keeper, Ramsdale, it was his first game for Southampton, and I think if he could have picked one team for it to not be against, it would have been us. Because after last season, he played a few games at the start, but when Raya became the number 1, the only games he played was against Brentford, twice in the league and once in the cup, I think. So, and obviously we rubbed it in that he's a bad David Raya, and so
I kind of felt a bit unfortunate for him, especially in the second half with the East Stand all chanting. He's got this West Southampton. He's got the scoreline on his back.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I noticed literally a second before. I was like, wait, he's got the scoreline on his back, and then I heard everyone around me suddenly chanting, "He's got the scoreline on his back." It was it was really fun. I felt a bit bad for him, but what I did like was at the end of the game, he actually clapped the West Stand, which was quite nice because I think I quite like Ramsdale. I think he gives a lot of banter in football, and he can take it quite well. And for example, last season, after we'd give him abuse, at the end of the games, he'd always celebrate in front of our fans to rub it in.
Yeah.
But when we finally beat him, and we've been singing at him, he finally respected it, gave us a clap at the end, and I quite like that.
Yeah. Good.
And he also went over. I saw he was talking to Thomas Frank at the end of the game, and there was some laughter. So don't know what they were saying.
Yeah, it's good to see Thomas Frank from the opposition goalkeeper being a good coach for not just our team. So our opposition Southampton didn't really do too much in the game. They made quite a lot of errors that led to our goals. Most of that was probably a high press, but they're not. You could definitely tell they just came up from the Championship. They didn't really have much going for them other than that Armstrong chance and the goal. So.
Yeah, and what's interesting, I think their manager said they're going to keep playing like that, and so he's convinced that they're going to make it work playing out from the back, but I really don't see it working for them. I don't think the team's good enough. I think it's too easy for the really solid Premier League teams to just roll over Southampton, and if they keep playing like they're not a promoted side or trying to, they're just going to go straight back down, and that's their fate. And there's no two ways about it.
No.
But moving on to we've done some match ratings, so start with Fleck and I, we put 7.5. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, made quite a few good saves. He didn't have much to do, so it probably would have been an 8 if we didn't then lose a clean sheet.
It's quite a solid performance from him. Didn't give the ball away, made some crucial saves, so I think 7.5 is fair, especially we did concede, so. And then we would, first of all, we got Aya at 6. He didn't really do too much because he came off in the first half. But then his replacement, we've gone Rosalev, who given a 7 match rating, because I feel like he played really well.
Yeah. So with Aya, he didn't have too much influence in the first half, and then he got injured. He made some good overlapping runs or underlapping runs. But then, Rosalev at 7, I thought he did really well, actually.
He did.
I think he's really good against the teams where we're dominating, or have a lot more possession against, because he just has the freedom to make the overlapping runs over on Mbeumo. And Mbeumo used him quite a lot, and he got quite a few balls into the box that almost resulted in some goals. So I thought it was a really positive game for Rosalev.
Yeah, especially after his recent performances.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of fan backlash.
Yeah.
Glad he came back performing well.
Next up, right centre back, Collins, gave him a 7.5. Another great game for Collins. I think he's been one of our best players so far this season, which is really good to see when he's a young player. And so hopefully he can just keep growing and future captain.
Yeah. It's good to see him having good performances, especially after the mistakes he made last season, having quite a few of them made. But I think it's just great to see the young centre-back, future probably at the club. So
yeah.
Next, we've got the other centre-back, Pinnock. To be honest, he didn't really have to do too much. And therefore, given 6.5.
Yeah, I think 6.5 is fair. I don't think he did anything wrong. So you could say maybe a 7. But we lost the clean sheet at the end. But I think we haven't sort of seen the best of Pinnock this season, but he's not been terrible. That's fair to say. Then Janelt at left back. He did a really good job filling in at left back. We gave him a 6.5. You could say that's a bit harsh. I don't think he had too much influence on the game. He could have got a bit higher, I think, at left back and got a few more crosses in. But overall, I thought it was a really positive performance from Janelt.
Yeah, I do feel like he's struggling a bit at the left back role, but hopefully next game against City we've got Rico Henry back, so it shouldn't be an issue with having Janelt there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind him at left back, to be honest. I think he always does a solid job, but he's not Rico Henry.
No, it's not.
And then into the midfield, Damsgaard, we gave an 8 match rating to. I think it's a really good performance.
Yeah, it was. There's like loads of passes, always there in the midfield.
Yeah. I think some of his best attributes are his tackling and his reading of the game. And he's a very unselfish midfielder. It's not about him getting the goal or the assist. It's about him winning the ball back on the high press that led to our second goal.
Mm.
So I think it was a really good performance. He doesn't get the stats of the goals and the assists, but another really good game for Damsgaard.
Yeah.
The next up, Jensen, we gave a 7.5. He got an assist, but I think Jensen's a really important player for us because although he gets a lot of stick, I think when he's not in the team, we do struggle, and I think he really helps us have a tempo throughout the game.
Yeah, he's really good at getting us going forwards with loads of forward passes, controlling the midfield a lot.
Yeah,
so
he's
very vital.
I think he's struggled in past games where he's not playing. When he's been played at the cam, for example, against Crystal Palace, we played Jan out and Norgard both deep and then Jensen forward. But I think when we've got Damsgaard to be the more forward player and then Jensen sort of a number 8 with Damsgaard, I think he really improves.
Yeah, it really works.
And then Norgard we gave a 7 match rating to. That's probably a bit harsh. Probably could have given him 7.5.
Probably.
He does dictate the game quite a lot, wins the ball back a lot, and he's really important for us. So maybe a 7 is harsh.
And then onto the forwards. Right winger we got Mbeumo, who had a great game, scoring a couple of goals. So 9 is our match rating.
Yeah. He scored 2 goals. I think there's another way about it. He's been by far our best player this season. He makes some not too difficult things look really simple. His goals, they weren't difficult, but he made it look as simple as it should be. And I think there's credit for that and being in the right place at the right time. So I think a 9 for Mbeumo. And then Wissa we gave an 8 to. He got his goal and
got the goal.
I think I really like Wissa at striker actually.
Yeah,
he drops
really
well.
Good.
He drops deep well. He helps build up. He makes good runs in behind, and his link up with Mbeumo is really good. And so I'm really enjoying Wissa so far this season.
Yeah, their partnership has been a great watch this season.
Yeah, and then finally Kevin Schade we gave a 6.5. I don't think he had much influence on the game. He had the one really good chance in the first half that led to Mbeumo's goal, but wasn't too impressed, I'd say, but it's still decent.
Yeah, not done what we've seen him do in the past, especially against Palace at home last season. Those were some good games he had back then.
Yeah,
but he hasn't really been the same level since his injury, which is not the best to see.
I mean, he was alright when he came back from his injury.
Yeah, he was,
and he had a good pre-season. He just needs to convert it into the Premier League games.
Yeah.
But and so our final thoughts on the game for me. Convincing win. I would say we didn't really dominate the game, but we got the win, and that's what's important. Even though we did not dominate, we made it look easy, and so that's good. And also beating teams like Southampton is really important for a team that wants to be, say, top 10 in Europe. We're beating the teams we should be.
That's all for our match thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.